My boyfriend used our baby's funeral to dump me. At my daughter's funeral, I watched my boyfriend Mark sit in the back row, scrolling his phone like he was bored in a waiting room. When they lowered that tiny white coffin, he didn't shed a tear. On the drive home, my dress still stained from hugging people. He goes, completely calm. If I'm honest, this proves I'm not meant to be a dad. I stared at him. She just died, he shrugged. Yeah, and I can't handle this. I'm not built for all this grief. That's when it clicked. He was using our baby's death as his exit strategy. 2 days later, I'm on the couch, clutching the hospital folder, and he walks in like he's about to give a work presentation. So I'm gonna move out, he says. For my mental health, I ask where he's going. He waves it off. I'll figure it out. The apartment's in your name anyway, so you'll be fine. Then he actually asks, can you pack my stuff? I don't think I can be in the nursery right now. Too triggering. So he leaves me in the apartment we got for our family, surrounded by medical bills with my name on them, the crib he half assembled, and a closet full of baby clothes she'll never wear. He just walks out with a duffel bag and no backward glance. This wasn't an accident, baby. We planned her. He sold his house to move in, telling me he was all in. While I was throwing up every morning, he was secretly touring apartments. By the time I started showing, he confessed he wasn't sure he wanted this life. I begged him to stay, and he agreed only after I promised to never trap him with emotional demands. So I spent my pregnancy tiptoeing around his moods while he played the reluctant hero. A week after the stillbirth, I make the mistake of opening Instagram. First story at the top. Mark. He's at a bar, arm wrapped around some woman in a low-cut dress, grinning. The caption, fresh start. My stomach dropped so hard I thought I'd pass out. Mutual friends start DMing me. Wait, did you guys break up? Is this real? Before I can even respond, Mark texts me. Can you not make this weird? I needed a night out. I never signed up for this level of grief. This level of grief over our dead child. My hands were shaking so hard I could barely type, but I forwarded the screenshot of his post and his text to our couple's therapist and wrote, can I please have an emergency solo session? In that session, I finally said everything out loud. How he'd been half out the door since the first trimester. How he'd framed my grief as manipulation. How he turned our daughter's death into his excuse to be free. The therapist looked me in the eye and said, Mark has a pattern of avoiding responsibility when things get hard. If you had another child with him, this would likely happen again. Something in me snapped back into place. I realized I was more afraid of being stuck with him than of being alone. I decided I was done protecting his image. My only job now was to protect myself and my daughter's memory. At our next joint session, he walks in late, smelling like cologne and beer. He flops down, crosses his arms, waiting for me to grovel. Instead, I slide a folder onto the coffee table, printed screenshots of his fresh start post, his texts, the messages from our friends. I'm ending this, I say. You didn't just need space. You left when our daughter died. The room goes dead quiet. The therapist nods. Mark, your need for space has crossed into emotional abandonment. Anna's decision is understandable. Mark's face turns red. You're weaponizing therapy. You're turning everyone against me. I stay calm. You did that yourself. I'm just done cleaning it up. He storms out, slamming the door so hard the diplomas rattle. And here's the irony. He already sold his house and moved out of mine. His fresh start is a couch somewhere, with nobody to blame but himself. I go home to the apartment he thought I couldn't handle alone and change the locks. Standing in the empty nursery, I fold tiny onesies into a donation box and place Mark's spare key on the shelf where her baby monitor was supposed to go. My phone buzzes with his I miss you text. I leave it unread, turn off the nursery light, lock the door, and open my laptop to a fertility clinic webpage, because next time, I'll choose the dad as carefully as I chose the name.